Good morning, everybody. This is Judith A. Cole. You're listening to Mad Love. Let's chop it up. Listen, I don't want to be negative, but I am really starting to think the games in the NFL are super rigged. No kidding. I didn't mention it earlier this week, but I was really disappointed in that Detroit game. They clearly botched it with that pass interference call. Isaac Tesla was running. He got pushed into the other guy. And yes, that's the design of the play, but it wasn't designed for him to just get pushed into the other defender. And then they called that pass interference. And the Rams are dead to me, but that call in the Rams game, even though I was glad they lost, that's not how you should be deciding games. Is this kind of weird shit going to go on in the playoffs too? Like, what is going on? The officiating has been suspect, and it makes you think that people really are either scripting games or throwing games. Every other commercial is for sports betting. That terrible Kevin Hart LeBron commercial. Have you seen two more wooden personalities? I'm sorry, how is Kevin Hart famous? No disrespect to him. He seems like he could be a nice fella. I just don't think he's funny. I have never laughed at anything he's done. I just don't get it. And in that commercial this Christmas where he's the little elf, why does he look like he farted or something at the end? When they go in and he's like making a snow angel, he just looks like he's about to say he shit in the food or something. I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm way off course. I don't understand why the officiating is this egregious. They're not letting them play. You're going to end a game on a PI like that, knowing you've seen that 1,000,000 times. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Offensive, like at the end of the game, God damn, I don't understand it. I don't like it. It's frustrating. I really hate what they did to Detroit. And yes, they didn't play great the whole game, but man, way to kill the comeback. And it's like, I don't understand what's happening. And so when I said last year, and I like the Chiefs, but when I said last year they're getting all the calls, I'm in Missouri, I had a lot of avid Kansas City fans basically, no, it's not. Look at this. There's been proof. Somebody did a study. Okay, I know what I see though. You could do a study, but I know what I see. I see them not really, calling that one dude who was off. That dude false started every play. Jawan somebody, he was up and out of his stance before Patrick snapped the ball every play. And he got away with it, I would say, 75 to 80% of the time. And it goes, I've always been frustrated by bad officiating. I remember when the Rams were in St. Louis. Remember that? And they were really good. And part of what helped them win that Super Bowl is how the New England Patriots were allowed to mug our wide receivers. No calls, no pass interference calls whatsoever. And now, if you think about it, what was that year? 2001? The year of September 11th, 2001, 2002. You had to let the Patriots win. That's a better story. The Patriots bringing America back together. Dave Chappelle told us yesterday in his new comedy series, don't create conspiracies. But yeah, I can see that. Sorry, Dave. I like conspiracy. I could see that they would do that. And now, it's sort of like they anoint a team, and that team gets all the calls. And the Patriots stayed getting calls. They mugged the Rams, though, I can tell you that. They manhandled Torrey Holt. They manhandled Isaac Bruce. Because we had the greatest show on turf. We had the greatest show on turf. Sounds like I said turf, but I meant turf. But Tourist is cool. So that's a cool word. Why isn't that a word? Anyway, so we didn't have prototypical wide receivers. We had little skinny fast dudes, 180, 190. They were both very slight. Hakeem, he was also smaller. We didn't have like Julio Jones types. We had little wide receivers. And they just got manhandled. So anyway, I'm saying all of this to say I think the NFL is very selective with their rules. They're very selective with their officiating. Some of it is super horrible. And eventually, they're going to lose their crown. People don't remember this. Yeah. Sorry about that. People don't remember this. But there was a time when heavyweight boxing was the number one sport in the land. Everybody loved boxing. People have absolutely no memory of that. But it's true. And that gave way, I think, for a long time to baseball. And it was the number one sport. And then now, I think in America, we can only talk about, only in America is soccer not the number one sport. But right now it's football. And I can see how they're going to fuck it up because the officiating is horrible. And the business of the NFL is so unappealing. The way they treat their fans. I mean, DK Metcalf, he's out here punching the fans. I don't know what... He seems like a normal person and like a nice guy. And I'm not sure why he had to listen to this man for so long. But he leaned in. Oh, so sorry about that. Listen to the guy talk. And then punched him in the face. It's like, well, why, if he's talking shit, why would you punch in his face? So he's losing 2 games at a crucial time in the season when they don't have a lot of wide receiver play. You know what I mean? Like, Aaron Rodgers is throwing it to everybody, but their prototypical one is DK Metcalf. So I don't know how this doesn't hurt the Steelers to lose him for 2 games as they try to cement, I think it's the AFC North. Is that where they are? I can't remember where they are, but I think that's their division. That's crazy. What are you doing? Punching at people. Like, he punched this dude's face. I mean, it didn't look like it really hit him because DK is all muscle. I don't know why I'm yawning like this. I haven't yawned all morning. I've been up for at least an hour. That's annoying. Anyway, so that's going to be bad. But I could see people finally being like, you know what, NFL? You suck. Like what they did to us in St. Louis. And people are like, well, y'all took the team from LA. No, I was in LA when the team left, and no one noticed. There was even a newscast about it where people were like, so what do you think about the Rams moving to St. Louis? And people over and over again were like, oh, did they leave? The Rams aren't beloved. Listen, LA has a lot of fun stuff to do, and the Chargers aren't beloved. That's why their stadiums get filled with the opposing team's fans. There's a lot to do in LA. You've got USC, you've got UCLA, you've got the ocean, you've got the beach, you've got the mountains. You can drive to Vegas in 90 minutes if there's no traffic. I mean, there's a lot going on there, and there's millions upon millions of people. They've got the Dodgers. There are diehard baseball fans, but there aren't diehard football fans there. And they move these teams around like, well, it's California, who cares? Like San Diego can be in Los Angeles. Yeah, now it's the Los Angeles Chargers. And then how they treated St. Louis was terrible. They bloodlet the team. Didn't spend a dime. We won a Super Bowl. We should have won 2 Super Bowls, but they were too cheap. They wanted to let Dick Vermeil go. We didn't have a real football coach for the second one. And we lost. And then they were like, secretly making this plan to take him back to LA just to make money. Bullshit. Oh man, and they had us watching straight garbage. It was almost like they got good by accident. That Marshall Faulk trade was humongous for us, and they thought Trent Green was gonna save us. He went down, and this dude that was bagging groceries comes out of the woodwork and is fantastic in Kurt Warner. And I'm gonna tell you something, we were all elated. And I remember by about October of that year, it was like the Rams are pretty good. That was fucking 26 years ago, bro. Time is flying. And that leads me to my other point about the NFL. Mark Schlereth, who I did not like the way he talked about Russell Wilson, but before that, I had no problem with him. But he did say something on one of these sports shows that still resonates, which is, of the 32 NFL teams, there's only like 5 that are really trying to win every year, which is kind of like a scary thing to hear. But he's not wrong, and I think this year might be up to 7, because who saw Jacksonville and Denver just dominating? But especially Jacksonville and the Carolina Panthers. Instead of Denver, let's slide the Panthers in there. But, the league wants parity, and that's fine. I get that. But, man, not all these teams are trying to win all the time. They're just not. They really aren't. And so this has been refreshing, because it looks like many teams are really trying to put their best foot forward. But I can still see that there will be a time when football won't be the number one sport in America. I'm not sure what's going to either come back and replace it, or if soccer is actually going to be that thing. But, a lot of people are not letting their kids play football because it's so dangerous, and I get that. But also, it's the way they treat their fans. And they play in our faces like we can't tell. These billionaires, I don't think they're good to their players. I don't think they're great to their fans. And, I love football. I've been watching football since the 70s. But it's becoming a harder product to stomach because, the officiating is terrible. Are these people being bought off? Are people throwing games? I don't know. And all these sports betting commercials during the game, I can't even watch. I don't like Colin Cowherd's show all that much. I really can't stand his co-host. When Joy Taylor was his co-host, it was better. When Kristen Leahy, I think, was his co-host, I like those people better. They balanced him out more. But he likes McIntyre, and I think he's friends with him. So you just see this kind of obnoxious banter between the two. I can't stand them. I would pay my own money for a great sports show that I like. Anyway, he is obviously betting games. Why this is allowed to be on the broadcast, I don't get. These two are avid bettors. They're very good friends. And they talk about the games and betting the games just as much as the other parts of the matchups. So you have to wonder if this betting is permeating the sport so much that it's, tanking it. It's making people throw games, a Tim Donaghy situation. Maybe that's why the refs are so terrible. Are they in on something? If Detroit wins that game, does the head ref lose money or something? That's how it was officiated to me. And if the NFL gets embraced and engulfed in corruption, that will be the end of that. Because a lot of people love watching it because of the perceived purity of competition. And if that goes away, you might as well stick a fork in all of them now. So, yeah, that's my feeling on the NFL right now. I'm just really frustrated. The officiating is terrible, and the sports betting is probably out of control. And like I said yesterday, I am loving Black Netflix. And I hope they're not just using us like UPN and WB. Get the numbers up and then go do something else. But anyway, I'm kind of saying that in jest. They already have a lot of long-term deals with black producers and creatives. Um, and now that the prestige of the movies are wearing off, because there was a time when, and I was a part of this, where people were like, I don't want to be on TV. TV is pedestrian. I want to be a movie star. Well, this is in the 100 years of film, 120 years of filmmaking. This is the worst time in the world to be a movie star. There are no movie stars right now. I can't think of one. So, yeah, it's very democratic right now if you're looking to be creative in the motion, I guess, the moving picture space, wherever you create it, if you're creating it for Netflix or the movie theaters, motion entertainment is very much devoid of stars. Except for that Timothée Chalamet. Is it Timothée Chalamet? Whatever his name is. This motherfucker is everywhere. I think they're going to start putting him in black movies soon. He is the only one working. He might be the only movie star. And I'm being generous by saying that because there aren't any movie stars right now. But that dude, he stay on his grind. He works. Nah, he's not for me. He's small and young, and I don't watch a lot of his projects. I did watch early on. I think I was done with Call Me By Your Name. I didn't understand that one. And then I saw that Army Hammer documentary, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Timothée Chalamet fan. Some of his sketches on Saturday Night Live, when they showed the clips, they were funny. But yeah, you gotta understand, I'm probably like 40 years older than this kid, but good for him. Good for him. But he's in everything. So it's the only star we got right now is Timothée Chalamet. Timothée, is it Timothy or Timothée? I'm here by myself, so I don't know who I'm asking. But I don't know. I think it's Timothy. But anyway, that dude is fascinating. And then I saw him rapping last night. Somebody had a TikTok of him just going in, dropping bars, son. I was like, this dude do it all. But yeah, anyway. That's it for me. I hope everybody has an amazing Christmas Eve. Thankfully, my family came up to visit and gave me some Christmas spirit. I really didn't have much. Not that I was like the Grinch or nothing, but my mom passed away in December of last year, and my dad died in December many years ago. I think about 16 years ago. But just recently with my mom, it was like, dude, I just wasn't even thinking about Christmas. I really wasn't. But my family got to town and gave me some Christmas spirit, and that really helped. And cherish your loved ones. You don't know what's in store. We don't know what the future holds. And take care of your health. Make that a top priority for 2026, because your health is your wealth card. It gets you in the room. If you're not healthy, there's no show for you. The show is your health, and you only know that when you get sick. So don't get sick. As a person who got sick and had to recover, don't get sick. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Enjoy this wonderful life, this beautiful day. Love the people that love you. Like, subscribe, share this podcast with someone you think who will enjoy it. Give us 5 stars, because we like those. And if you find value in this podcast, join us here again. We are enjoying growing, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate you. Be well.